Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. And this is the December 14th edition, 2011, of the NXT review series. We are fast approaching the end of this year and about 25 or so, maybe a little less, episodes away from the end of Season 5. Tyler Rex is in there with Kurt Hawkins, a.k.a. Brian Myers, and Trent Beretta and Yoshitatsu are their opponents for the day, or basically kind of a square off there. Interestingly enough, this is Hawkins, a.k.a. Brian Myers, run back to getting back into action. Beautiful snap suplex by him, and kind of getting a little aggressive there. And of course, Tyler Rex and he have been tag team partners. I didn't even remember either one of their time in the WWE, to be honest with you. Myers has only kind of come up as a major star for me, or a star-like quality in the Impact brand over the last little while. So amazing to me that there can be talents that are in a brand that I watched pretty regularly at the time and read enough about to know names that I didn't even remember they were there. Trent Beretta comes in and hits a top rope splash. Beretta, of course, out with a neck injury out of AEW now, and Beretta and Tatsu get the victory. There is more of a call out, the continuation of the romance back and forth as it relates to Derek Bateman and Bateman's issue. The pouring of the milk of Johnny Curtis, kind of a bit challenge there. Flirtation from Maxine's mother in previous weeks, and they kind of bring out Derek Bateman. Bateman realizes that his relationship is falling apart at the hands of Johnny Curtis. Curtis, of course, saying that he had dated Maxine prior. And they kind of are trying to turn him being Johnny Curtis, more heel, Bateman a little more babyface. Some square offs there, nothing too terribly wonderful to run in about. JTG admits that he was involved in this and paid to be a thorn in the side of Derek Bateman, so their alliance is questionable at best. Maxine admits that she indirectly has the hots basically for Bateman or for Curtis indirectly, and ultimately that bears out over the weeks to come as well. Percy Watson manages to get in there. There's also brawling with Johnny Curtis and Percy Watson in the middle of the mock red set with chairs and all. And then we go into the process here. Nothing major, and it's pretty amazing actually. So we get to a place where Jey Uso comes out. He has a singles match here. Uso, a guy that they're trying to get more behind, or the Usos in general as a team, although they kind of do have more singles matches than I remember at the time. Of course, once they go to the main roster, they were predominantly tag teams for quite a bit. A match with JTG in single for Jey Uso is here. Uso, kitchen sink, knee to the midsection, doesn't get all he wants on it, gets enough though, and manages to cut things off, slow things down. Body scissors by JTG known for the slower stylings, and Uso eventually does make his way back to his feet. Doesn't get everything he wants on that process, but gets enough out of the process too. To take things back to his feet and gets a victory. Tamina unhappy with, obviously, her cousin. I think they're cousins. Family nonetheless. Taking her boyfriend down. More confrontation with Maxine backstage. Maxine's mother and other issues notwithstanding, and the continuation of those challenges are pretty well there. Johnny Curtis comes into the ring and faces off one-on-one with Percy Watson. pursuant to their altercation earlier in the evening. Curtis, who has not really done an abundance of a lot here, manages to do what he can where he can as far as taking his man down a little bit. Bouncing around, and Curtis takes the majority of the match, quite honestly. Not exactly the greatest thing in the world. And also a promise face-off between Titus O'Neil and Darren Young over the next, in the last segment. They have fought probably at least a dozen times on NXT during this season in tag and regular singles matches. They fight over who has more influence. O'Neil saying he's won more, and Darren Young says he basically has had a bigger impact. They end up brawling on the ground, and Titus O'Neil coming out ahead in that scenario, and they are going to fight in a no disqualification match coming up on the 100th episode of NXT. That's basically what this amounts to, and ultimately that comes in the weeks to come. We'll be back with more right after this.